How Cristiano Ronaldo spends his millions all over the world. Almost everyone, whether sports lover or not, knows about Ronaldo. Welcome to TEKNXS, a place where luxury and finance lovers come to get inspired. Along with Lionel Messi, the Portuguese phenomenon is generally regarded as one of the best footballers on the planet. On top of that, he's often seen as one of the best in the game's history as a whole. And if you don't know who Cristiano Ronaldo is, then we're pretty sure you've lived for the better part of 15 years under a rock. Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the modern game's most decorated players. He hit the pinnacle of elite football with elite European teams such as Porto, Manchester City, Real Madrid, and now Juventus. At home and abroad, he has won titles. He won individual awards, with Juventus and Cristiano Ronaldo winning more trophies this season. Come On Odds has the highest odds. A lot of money comes with so many prizes and recognition, either from the clubs he performs with or sponsorships and endorsements. After Floyd Mayweather Jr. and his friend and opponent Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo was the third most paid athlete in 2018. This suggests he has a lot of spare funds, and this is how he spent his money all over the world. Cars. It's still good to be able to treat yourself, whether it's pricey or something that's only a requirement to a new vehicle. Some people take this passion for cars deeper than most, of course, and we regret to admit that Cristiano Ronaldo is a significant example of that. As an exciting and quick player, Ronaldo owns exciting and quick cars is no surprise. His garage proudly boasts a $300,000 Lamborghini Aventador, a Maserati, a Porsche, a Bentley, and a Mercedes-Benz amongst other supercars. His other cars include a Bentley GT Speed, $220,000, a $200,000 Aston Martin DB9, a few Audis, and a Mercedes-Benz sports car. Ronaldo likes to travel in style. Given that Ronaldo is the world's most followed competitor, it's no joke he gets some of his wheels for advertising purposes in exchange. Houses. Homes worldwide are increasingly becoming more expensive, but if you're one of the most profitable athletes on the planet, that's not going to be much of a challenge. We deserve to live our lives happily, and that's what he wants to prioritize more than anyone as a footballer. Not unexpectedly, as a celebrity football player who plays worldwide, houses are an important part of the lifestyle. No exception is Ronaldo. When he played for Real Madrid, he stayed in a mansion valued at $7 million, possibly more. Ronaldo paid $7.2 million for a mansion in La Finca, one of Madrid's richest areas. When he played for Manchester United, he bought a $6 million mansion in the exclusive Cheshire Village, with some of the deepest personal security ones that can get. He also owns an $18.5 million, 2,509 square Trump Tower condo in New York City that looks over Central Park and the Hudson River. In addition to his 2017 investment in the Coco Bay Towers in Vietnam, his latest digs in Turin include a double villa that's only accessible via a private road. An underwear line. There appears to be a general fascination in underwear and sports stars, and Ronaldo is no exception. In addition to being an elite player, he's an astute entrepreneur, so this decision makes a lot of sense. When it comes to reality, the business idea he didn't need to take is now moving on a road of its own. As a result, the CR7 brand that just continued to expand to the point where it takes on a life of its own. A prime example of that is underwear. It wasn't a venture he had to take, but it was one he wanted to try, so he could see what he could achieve. Ronaldo digs high-fashion brands, which means he wears the best Armani suits, Off-White, and bespoke discarded suits. He's like a spokesman. Ronaldo has collaborated with Richard Chai, a fashion designer, to make his brand of underwear. Clothes. He loves his fashion. If you realize this yet, you're not sure, but Cristiano is a pretty attractive guy. This has followed him to attain heights that few people have off the field in the world of football. In the realms of beauty, Ronaldo still appears to go for what he wants, regardless of whether or not the people feel it looks cool. He perfectly blurs the distinction by not going over the top of everything he wears, and although you might not be in trend, you have to respect him. Watches. Being willing to afford a good watch for yourself is an indication that you've done everything right. Though they're very pricey more times than not. That doesn't mean if you've got it, you shouldn't splash the cash. However, because they can look fantastic in almost any dress as seen above. Ronaldo owns a $2.3 million diamond-encrusted watch from Jacob & Co., a high-end jeweler. It looks exactly like a work of art. He has an endorsement deal with the company to get a good discount or barter exchange. A wax model. Some say Ronaldo is a narcissist, but you be the judge. After seeing one of his wax statues at Madame Tussauds, he had one made for his home. Price tag? $31,000. These are known as CR7 statue. Ronaldo has hired someone to make sure that the proper hair look was a wax replica of himself when he hired for it. It was to make sure that the model seemed authentic and as similar to himself as possible. And obviously, this is not an unusual thing for a fortunate enough individual to deserve their model of wax. He needs to do it to perfection in his life, and that is something we must admire, even though that includes some peculiar rituals of a wax statue of his likeness. Who are we to judge, are we? Wine parties. Ronaldo spent $2.5 million on wine for his daughter's birthday party. He spent £27,000 on wine in a 15-minute bar visit to Mayfair restaurant in London on a separate occasion. In the second glass, he didn't even finish. A good thing that this football talent's mature like a fine wine. Cryotherapy. Ronaldo's expenses are not just for fun and games. To speed up his 34-year-old muscles regeneration, he even likes to hit the 50,000-pound walk-in cryotherapy unit. Also, the icebox is believed to improve mental sharpness. He allegedly splashed 36,000 pounds to create his own in his Madrid home. Private jet. Often you have to give up the traditions if you have one of the most famous faces on earth. You should try taking your unique mode of travel instead of going first class on a standard airline, which is just what Ronaldo has done. No superstar or icon is complete without a private plane of their own. Although escaping the hordes of fans that will mob you at any corner, you need to fly in style and comfort. Ronaldo isn't any different. It's estimated that his Gulfstream jet is worth $36 million, and this is just a jet, adding the burden of servicing and flying the plane to it. Worth $36 million, Ronaldo's personal Gulfstream G200 jet cruises him around the globe to support activities for fast getaways. The aircraft carries up to 10 passengers and 2 members of the crew. For his friends and family, it even contains a bed and convenient seating. Building hotels. Ronaldo is never afraid of doing anything different. Built a hotel in his hometown of Madeira, Portugal, under the brand name Vistana CR7. For £184 a night, you can book a bed. In New York, Madrid, and Lisbon, he plans to open up further. Promoting Egyptians still odd but interesting. You think Egypt is solely the land of Mo Salah, but you'd be oh so mistaken. Ronaldo has a contract with Egyptian Steel, and while it seems like one of the most random deals in football history, it seems, and we mean it literally, to be paying off for him. He's featured with the brand in several advertisement and photo spreads, and it seems to have put them in a major way on the map. In the grand scheme of things, they're only a very small business, which is perhaps why this ad strategy has performed so well for them. Extravagant vacations. People always underestimate the physical toll it takes on your body, but unless you've been in the role of a physician, you will never really appreciate the entire method. We can only guess what sort of fun Cristiano gets up to in terms of the holiday getaways. From yachts in Ibiza, Costa Navarino in Greece, boat rides in Miami, to the chill beaches of St. Tropez, Ronaldo appears to relax as hard as he plays. Charity. You need to step back and applaud others for doing something wonderful occasionally, and that's the place we find ourselves in here. Although it's always good to buy material items, it can never really equate with the joy of giving a large sum of money to charity. For several years now, in addition to maintaining a strong friendship with many other notable charities, Ronaldo has been actively involved with Save the Girls. It's the sort of stuff the papers don't want to write about as much as they can, but in the public eye, we're more than delighted to support his excellent work. Being one of the world's most famous faces has its downside, yet it still has its perks. Throughout his work, he has aided many charities. His association with Save the Baby, in particular in his hometown, he has also supported several other charities and done charity work. Yeah, you heard it correctly. In the world, Ronaldo is one of the most generous athletes. After the country's devastating earthquake in 2015, he contributed $5 million in assistance to Nepal, a $1 million donation to rescue the children for efforts in Syria. To top it off, he auctioned his 2013 Ballon d'Or trophy to raise funds for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. That's all for today. If you have a lot of money as Ronaldo, where will you spend it? Express your thoughts in the comments. We reply to each of your comments. For more updates, like this video and hit the subscribe button. See you again.